Somebody tweeted me. They tweeted me Huell Hauser at the Baghdad Cafe. They just said they couldn't stop laughing, and I had to watch it again, and I just had to laugh again. And there's so much there. There's so much there. But speaking of the bigger subject, what happens to Huell Hauser is the opposite of the boardroom. This is no competition, no reviews.
No reviews.
No anything.
No
that meets no prep. Just look, here, you'll get a grant from the Carnegie Foundation and you'll get some money from the government and you get Louie and the camera guy and go about and do what you want. But I'll give you the intro. It just made me laugh. It's worth doing it, especially because he ends up with the guy at the box of rocks at the end. He is, this is before he goes. Where was he? What springs?
Newberry Springs.
Newberry Springs. It's like, I don't know, halfway to Vegas or something?
It's like 20 miles east of Barstow, so it's still out of the way.
There's something east of Barstow.
When Barstow's your nearest touchdown.
He's there to hit historic Newberry Springs, but he has no idea what he's doing there. We'll play you the clip.
We were surfing the internet the other day, and we ran across a website that was put together by the Chamber of Commerce of Newberry Springs, California. And what it does, it's a 45-mile driving tour that they say takes about 2 hours. They list all the points of interest.
It's a dune buggy going down the street.
And since I know absolutely nothing about Newberry Springs, we thought it would be interesting to just print this off the internet and head on out here and spend a couple of days nosing around. We headed out from L.A. this morning on the 15 freeway up to
just pause it for a second. Now, imagine if you're Colbert or Kimmel or Fallon and you've got to go out and compete every night.
Down your neck.
And then there's this guy. Like, could you imagine this guy being one of those guys? Just saying, we got nothing here. We went on the internet.
Went to the World Wide Web.
I got some papers here.
I was on the internet looking for, never mind what I was looking for.
But this is what I stumbled upon.
All right, so he's going to go to the post office, so you can play it. Sorry.
Freeway up to Barstow and then cut off over here on the 40 freeway, took the Newberry Springs exit. Looks like there's some pretty neat
got out of the van.
It all out for us. We haven't called ahead.
No, you have not.
Nobody knows we're coming.
No, they do not.
And we really don't know what lies ahead.
Well,
like it could be danger.
Like a super old guy with a box of gravel is what lays ahead. Now, he then goes to see the historic Newberry Park post office.
So he gets the map and he gets in the car to go to his first stop.
All right. It's
We're
just
looking for a
burnt,
place on the
scorched
left.
earth.
We're just looking out the window of a moving car.
Right.
There's no one in
No
front.
B-roll.
Probably a little too much head on this particular
size, but I don't know where we
Mike
are.
Carano-esque.
He doesn't know where he is.
Get to the starting point, and I think
driving
from
down
there
the highway.
we'll be okay.
The
It
show
feels
prep.
like he left the camera.
Look where he ends up.
Yeah.
All right, this is very interesting. We are literally back where we
not very
started.
interesting.
What?
This is the starting point, the Newberry Market. It says here it was built in the 1930s, was known as the Cliff House, and it
Just
supported a
standing
gas
there
station,
reading
cafe,
papers.
cabins for rent, general store, post office, and public swimming
He's
pool.
reading a
was the
website.
flag stop for both Greyhound and Continental Trailways bus lines.
He looked up once in that paragraph.
If they aren't real busy, you may be able to talk the owners into showing you
Real busy.
Are they
their
gonna be
old
too busy?
photos of the
Hope
place.
they're not too busy.
And be sure and load up on munchies and beverages
Munchies.
for the rest of the tour.
Okay.
Well,
Cameras in the reflection.
unfortunately,
Cameras in the reflection.
the place is closed. So we're not going to be loading up on munchies and beverages. It's a nice old place, but it's closed.
All right. I'm saying, like, at what point,
the greatest day.
like, once in a blue moon, we'd go out and do like a man show bit and come back and go, we don't have enough. We don't have enough. We're going to go talk to women on the street and ask what's in your purse or whatever. And it's just, there wasn't enough.
But it's not for lack of doing a little recon beforehand.
We just don't, we can't air it.
A 6-hour session.
There's not enough. There's not enough there. When does Huell throw in the towel?
Never say die.
I never quit.
So he went to the bank or the country store or whatever, and it's closed.
Yeah, and for those listening, that is where he did the intro. So when he says, I printed out a map, and then he gets in the car, it's like, where are we going? And he ends up back where he did the intro.
And it's closed. And there's nobody. So now he's going to head into the Baghdad Cafe?
Yeah, so he sees the Baghdad Cafe.
It's my favorite. I was watching the guy out front. Look at the humanity. Listen to the humanity that's
We're
in
back
that
in the
place.
car.
Yeah.
This is the hot spot of Newberry Springs.
The hot spot.
All right, we're back on the road, and we are finally going to go a place that I know is here, and that is world famous.
There is nothing but desert
The
and a
world
highway.
famous Baghdad Cafe.
And a dash cam.
Here it is, right on the side of the road. Open 7 days, 6 to 9.
You're reading the sign. You're reading the mundane details of the sign.
Someplace that I know we're gonna. Well, I don't know anything. Let's go inside. Is this the world famous Baghdad Cafe?
It is that. How you doing, sir? My name is Bob.
Are you in charge of this
No,
place?
this man has in charge of the place.
Does he own it?
He owns it. Yeah, it's here.
Well, let's go inside.
Why have we
This is on
Bob
the
does
tour.
not own this
Why
place.
have we not met Bob before?
Yeah,
Bob is not in charge.
Bob's just drunk and standing in front of the Baghdad Cafe.
we're going inside.
Follow Bob.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh,
we're
wait till you
inside.
meet the colonel or the
Now,
general.
who's in charge around here?
Dan is.
Wait a minute, I need to meet you. What's your name?
I'm General Bob,
General
General
Bob.
Bob.
and I'm a real general, not a fuck-up.
Really?
Fuck up?
In the
Did he say? I don't know. What did he say? Fuck up or foot lap or?
Please go back.
Yeah, I got
All right.
Dawson enhance.
There's a guy wearing the kind of sunglasses you wear over other sunglasses
Yeah.
when you leave the optometrist.
Like a TV preacher.
Indoors, right. He don't know a bass drum from a pop organ. Damn, no good thimble riggers.
Let's hear a little more Bob.
So he goes to the Baghdad Cafe. There's a big dude named Bob who's sucked on a meth pipe too long who says, I own the place. And then he goes in and he goes, talk to that guy. The guy
looks small.
This guy looks like Yosemite Sam's grandfather.
And one guy's sitting there, he's plain clothes, he's got beard, gray beard, long hair, huge sunglasses. He says he's a real general. What kind of general? See if we can hear it again, Max Pata.
I need to meet you. What's your name?
I'm General Bob,
General Bob.
and I'm a real general, not a fuck-up.
Really?
Fuck up.
Not a fuck up
From the war.
I'm still active.
from the war. No, from the
not
insurance company. You've seen Shaq in
resident
the
of
commercials.
Newberry-
The Revolutionary
I'm a
War.
resident of the world.
Resident of the world?
Yeah,
he is.
Now then, there's the
Howdy.
guy behind the counter
How
who's
y'all doing?
definitely. He's talking to
Are
a
you all
couple.
residents?
No, I will be pretty soon. I just come in from New York yesterday.
You're moving here?
Yeah, this is my
Let's get off
daughter.
the grid.
Ah, how are you doing?
Fine, how are you?
Who are you running
Oh
from?
boy!
Well, tell us about the Baghdad Cafe.
I don't know much about it.
Got here today.
For breakfast.
Everyone's a fountain of
Got a
information.
nice booth
There's a booth.
set up here. They've got a painting of, it looks like Burt Lancaster up on the wall.
There's a booth with nobody in it. The guy behind.
I'm not
booth.
sure what we've...
No,
Howdy.
Howdy.
Can we talk to you a little bit about the history of the Baghdad
The guy
Cafe?
behind the counter is
Huell Hauser
definitely an
from,
ex-con who's
PBS.
very worried about this guy.
Hugh Hauser.
The handshake
from
started
PBS
10
is here.
seconds ago.
Right.
It's still
He's
going.
on the phone with the owner.
He'll just saunters behind the counter.
I didn't either. They just showed up.
Yeah, we're catching everybody
Still
off guard.
holding
Yeah.
Are you in
Still
town?
holding hands. Look at the body language.
Catching
Okay, well-
locked doors off guard.
When that guy is afraid of Huell, there's a problem.
That guy's
Guy's on the
45 degrees.
phone and he's leaning like Pisa.
Tell him we're on right now.
They're still holding
We're on
hands.
right now.
We're burning up tape. We need to get this interview going here.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I like the fact that he's on a schedule.
He's indignant.
Come on now.
You come walking into this guy's diner, there's no pre-production, there's no anything. You catch the felon behind the counter, and now Huell's put everyone on the clock. Come on, we're burning tape.
Hey, this PBS is your money.
Yeah, we used up most of it on the dash on the ride in. But now we got to go.
Burning tape. He literally just shot the highway for 45 minutes.
Yeah. And went back to his first location.
He's got this guy on the phone.
fault.
This guy wants no part of Huel. Huel's hanging on to his right hand, and this guy's leaning. He's doing, you know the move on the trapeze where the one guy like rides the bike across the trapeze and the two chicks hold his arms and lean out like a flying V? That's literally, they're doing like a fireman's handshake, and this guy's leaning out at 45 degrees
like
on the phone the entire time because Huel's a hulking man who just walks behind the counter and starts grabbing people.
Terrorizing people.
Right.
Lest you think we're exaggerating, if Huel had let go during that handshake, the guy would have fallen over.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So now he's on the phone with the boss. Now, there's no doubt that everyone there, this is my basically go into an Alaska bar, yell ATF, I have a warrant for, and watch everyone jump out of the window. This is the desert version of that.
100%.
Everyone is there to disappear. So when Huel and this camera come busting in, there's issue.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. Camera.
I'll talk to you later.
He's talking to the
Okay,
owner.
bye. Now tell us about this place.
Cameraman in the mirror.
Still on the phone.
All right, bye. This is where they made the movie Baghdad Cafe back in, what was it, 87? Yeah. And I think in 89 it took an award over in France. And we just...
the end.
This guy's on methadone, and he's like, what's going on? And
I read on the tour here that it said they still make a lot of movies. They still shoot here a lot.
They do
Commercials.
a lot of that, and photo shoots and all kinds of stuff.
Is it just because of the famous name or the atmosphere of the place?
Oh, definitely the atmosphere, the ambiance.
Yeah, everyone loves
We got
Naugahyde
nice
waiting to die.
Place, and people like it here. You know, we got a guest book.
So we can sign the guest book?
Yeah.
The general dropped an F-bomb.
Read. This man's 85, this man's 82.
Everyone's dead, by the way, including Huel.
Read what it says.
Wow, this is a fascinating place. What is this?
It's the opposite of fascinating.
And what do you specialize in
him a
here?
menu.
I saw you got ostrich burgers here.
We got ostrich, buffalo, everything that's on the menu.
Where is the Buffalo Ranch?
There used to be one up here on Fort Katy, but it's no longer there.
Hold on.
This guy just leans away
You
from you.
import your buffalo meat now.
Yeah.
Pause it for a second. He hands him a laminated, bound pamphlet that says menu in giant letters, and Huel says, "What's this?"
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it's out of context in a restaurant. You know what I mean? Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
That we do. We're getting ready to, the boss is wanting to start serving ostrich omelets.
Oh.
With ostrich eggs. So
that'll be a hit.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think it'd be real good.
Do you have a lot of tourists coming in here from L.A. and other places?
L.A., San Diego, Long Beach, but
just when they're on the
mainly
run.
from France.
Oh, my God.
France, Germany, Japan.
Because of the movie, because it's so famous.
The movie, yes.
Now, it's empty in here today. Why is it... why is there a picture of Burt Lancaster up on... That is Burt Lancaster, isn't it?
I have no idea who it is. You know, honestly.
Right. You pause it for a second. So far, he's got zero answers on every single question he's asked. Then the poor guy's got to call his boss back, Max Pata. Is that what happens to find out? And then my favorite comedic line of all time, which is when he calls the boss back, right? Wants to know if he's...
Yeah.
What about Burt
the
Lancaster?
segment ends with him on the phone.
That's my favorite. And him not mic'd up. Keep playing it.
Honestly, it almost looks like their son. You know, that's a picture of him when he played in the movie Outsiders.
Who, this?
Yeah.
Who is that?
That's
Pointing out a frame.
The one who owns this place.
Yeah.
Is that who you were talking to on the phone?
No, I was talking to the owner.
Oh.
And she's in L.A. right now, so...
Wow, this whole thing is very interesting. Do you know anything about what's going on here?
I'm just a truck driver. I've been coming in here for 20 years off and on.
Mm-hmm.
I come in here all the time. I come in here for coffee.
And you're reading a Tom Clancy book here.
Coffee.
So
You get out of the truck and come in and have a cup of coffee and read a little bit and then get back on your way?
Well, I like to eat here, too.
Mm-hmm.
Usually have pretty good food.
No one's getting served because Huel's monopolizing everyone's time.
He's terrorizing San Francisco Bay Area.
So you pull over on old Route 66 off the 40 freeway and spend the morning at the Baghdad Cafe.
No spatial awareness.
Long enough to eat.
Wait a minute.
The owner, Andre.
Howdy, how you doing? Well, we're just doing an interview here, finding out about the Baghdad Cafe.
Favorite part.
Is that picture in there of Burt Lancaster?
Really fixated on
Hang
wall
on.
art.
Why is there? Let's stand in here. Let me get this, and I'll
Wait
relay
for
it
it,
to our
everybody.
viewers. Why is there a portrait of Burt
speaking.
Lancaster in here on the wall of the Baghdad Cafe? Oh, you just bought it. He's never actually been here. Burt Lancaster's never been here.
Scintillating. All right, everybody.
Hung it up.
All right, everybody, hold on.
Just hung it up.
This is what happens in a world where there's no competition. This is the entertainment you get when it's a generous grant for the Carnegie Foundation and then your tax dollars hard at work. This is what you get, a huge pile of nothing. Now imagine if this guy made cars.
Oh, no.
Imagine if there was an automotive version.
Oh, no.
Competition, everybody. Everyone needs competition. If there's no competition, this is what we get.
Well, when's the last time you laughed this hard at Fallon?
That's a good point.
Come on.
That's a good
Give it up
point.
for Huel.
That's a good point. Yeah, I should check
Performance
out the other
artists.
Jimmy every once in a while, too. All right, Clay's on line 5. Can we get to him talking to the old timer about rocks? All right. We're going to finish off at the Baghdad Cafe and the old timer with the rocks.
Oh, goody.
This is a big closing.
All right, so
Oh, my God.
Huel.
It's Ichabod Crane.
Huel starts off in the center of this town that's been evacuated, essentially. Then there's 10 minutes of dashboard cam of him just driving somewhere between Baker and the Vegas, Nevada County line.
I didn't know the Grim Reaper retired.
That's what Oxycontin looks like as a person.
Oh, my God.
Then he ends up at the Baghdad Cafe, although nobody at the Baghdad Cafe knows anything about. He runs into a guy who was in New York yesterday.
And we tighten this up. This is an hour-long program.
Oh, man.
He's got a guy who's not mic'd up on the phone, a woman who says she owns it, knows nothing about the painting, and he ends up just like going across the street to the oldest man in the world to talk to this clearly insane person who collects junk in his front yard. Sorry, let's hear what he has to say.
Tell me about all these rocks.
Well, it's rocks that I picked up over a period of years. It's been a few years since I've done it.
Doesn't have the mic.
But
look.
Oh, Huel, please.
Yeah.
Look at these.
They are well organized.
These all come from the local area?
By the way, these gems are so precious, he keeps them on his dirt lawn next to the highway.
Baking in the sun.
In front of his house. Because you guys know when you have real precious emeralds and jewels and the Hope Diamond, stuff like that, you just put it out on your lawn,
right?
Go back in your house and shut the door.
Well, in a town where no one comes through, what's safer?
I guess so. So he's collecting just rocks. Not geodes. Just rocks.
Dirt clouds.
Not crystals.
All right, here we go. Sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know if you can pick up with that camera this kind of stuff, but let me show you some things here.
Rocks.
This is an insane.
Oh, my God, he licked it. He licked it.
Can you pick up the colors? I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Delicious.
He just licked a rock.
Here, look at this.
On a wide
Oh, that's beautiful. What is this?
That has a little bit of turquoise in it.
If you must know.
See,
Stop licking everything.
Well, actually, it's not a good idea unless you know what you're doing, because there are some that are poisonous.
Oh.
But it's known as an agate liquor.
Like ones that hit you in the head.
Wow, this is amazing. You've got coffee cans full of rocks over here.
He's got coffee cans full of rocks.
Big rocks.
Okay, this is look, if there ever was a definition of a bust, this is a bust, right? This is a zero. There's nothing. You end up with an old guy with coffee cans with gravel in it in front of his house.
That's a clinically insane person.
Who's clinically insane and not mic'd up.
And possibly poisoning himself.
And then you go home and you go, here's an episode.
Yeah.
Okay,
an hour-long episode.
Please.
No commercials.
Jesus Christ.
Did you all ever win anything that we know of? Any?
I'll bet you.
Golden mics.
I'll bet you he got a bunch of. He's highly decorated. We got a
Grand Marshal of the Gay Pride Parade.
Yeah, I mean he is beloved, which is weird. I guess we like that sort of wax poetic about guys who are completely.
He's guileless. Like Huell is not out to. He's genuine to a fault.
Yes,
right.
I guess so. I always all I ever think of is again. The reason we have Audi is because we have Mercedes and Lexus and BMW and Porsche. And now we get out everybody all the time. Like I always think about it. It's so tangible with cars. There are no bad cars. The cheapest piece of junk that you might make fun of is still a great vehicle. Yeah. Now, safe, reliable, everything else. And then there's Huell Hauser. But look how much great entertainment there is. Yeah. Look at all the podcasts, look at all the TV shows, look at all the Netflix, look at all the HBOs, look what just all I'm saying is competition that sometimes we get a little freaked out about competition, but competition brings out not only the best in others, it brings out the best in you that you may not have known you even possessed. And Huell is what happens with no competition.
Huell's the Pinto.
All right.